What if the biggest obstacle in your life isn't your job, your childhood, your finances, or your lack of talent? What if it's the voice inside your own head that keeps convincing you to stop? Not dramatically, not all at once, just one small excuse at a time. I'm too tired. I'll start tomorrow. This is probably enough. Most of us hear that voice every single day. We just don't question it. David Goggins did, and it completely changed his life. Not because he was born mentally stronger than everyone else. Actually, his story starts in the opposite direction. A violent childhood, constant fear, racism, obesity, failure. Nothing about his early life suggested he would become one of the toughest endurance athletes in the world. That's exactly why this book matters. It's not about extraordinary talent. It's about what happens when someone refuses to believe the limits their own mind creates. One of the biggest ideas in Can't Hurt Me is something Goggins calls the 40% rule. He believes that when most people feel completely exhausted, they're nowhere near their true limit. They're closer to 40%. Not because the body can't continue, because the brain wants to protect the body. Think about that for a second. Your brain's primary job isn't helping you achieve your dreams. Its first job is keeping you alive, safe, comfortable, predictable. Whenever something becomes painful, uncertain, or difficult, your brain sends a message: stop. The problem is, your brain doesn't always know the difference between danger and discomfort. Imagine lifting weights. The burning feeling starts. Immediately, your mind says, that's enough. But your muscles are still capable of more. The same thing happens in almost every area of life. Learning, business, relationships, discipline. Your mind often quits first, not your ability. That's why Goggins says growth always begins where comfort ends. Not because suffering is the goal, because discomfort reveals where your current limits actually are. Most people spend their lives trying to avoid discomfort. He spent his life learning from it. Here's a simple question. When was the last time you deliberately did something difficult, even though nobody expected you to? Not to impress anyone, not to post it online, just because you wanted to become harder to break. Most people rarely do. And over time, comfort quietly becomes their identity. If you're enjoying this summary so far, a quick like really helps BookFlow reach more people who enjoy thoughtful book summaries. And if you don't want to miss the next one, consider subscribing. Goggins believes confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first. People often wait until they feel ready. Ready to start training. Ready to apply for the job. Ready to change. But confidence isn't what creates action. Repeated action creates confidence. Every difficult thing you finish becomes evidence that you're capable of more than you thought. The problem is, most people never collect enough evidence because they stop too early. One of the most powerful ideas in this book doesn't involve running, or lifting weights, or becoming an athlete. It starts with a mirror. David Goggins calls it the accountability mirror. Every morning, he forced himself to stand in front of a mirror and tell himself the truth. Not the comfortable version, the real one. The promises he had broken, the excuses he kept making, the habits that were holding him back. Because you can't improve a life you're constantly lying about. Most of us avoid uncomfortable truths. We blame circumstances. We blame bad luck. We blame other people. Sometimes those things are real. But Goggins asks a different question. What part of this can I control? That question changes everything. Because once you stop looking for someone else to fix your life, you start becoming responsible for it. Another lesson from the book is something he calls callousing the mind. Everyone knows what happens to your hands after hard physical work. They develop calluses. The skin becomes stronger. The pain doesn't disappear, but your ability to handle it grows. Goggins believes your mind works exactly the same way. Every difficult conversation you avoid keeps your mind soft. Every challenge you face makes it a little stronger. Mental toughness isn't something you're born with. It's built through repeated exposure to discomfort. This is where many people misunderstand motivation. They think successful people wake up inspired every day. Goggins says that's a myth. Motivation comes and goes. Some mornings you'll have it, many mornings you won't. If your progress depends on motivation, your progress will always be inconsistent. Discipline is different. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It asks what needs to be done. That's why discipline keeps moving, even when motivation disappears. Think about brushing your teeth. You probably don't wait until you feel motivated. You do it because it's part of your routine. Goggins believes your most important habits should work the same way, not based on emotion, based on commitment. One sentence from the book stays with you long after you finish reading it. You are capable of far more than you believe. Not because everyone is secretly extraordinary, because most people never stay in the struggle long enough to discover what they're actually capable of. The moment things become uncomfortable, they assume they've reached their limit, when in reality, they've only reached the edge of their comfort zone. Those are very different things. By the end of Can't Hurt Me, you realize the book isn't asking you to become David Goggins. It's asking you to stop making decisions based on the weakest voice inside your head, to question the excuses that feel automatic, to stop negotiating with every difficult moment, and to build evidence, one small victory at a time, that you're stronger than you used to believe. Because confidence isn't something you find, it's something you earn. If this summary changed the way you think about mental toughness, I'd really appreciate a quick like. It helps BookFlow reach more people who enjoy thoughtful book summaries. And if you want practical lessons from the world's most influential books every week, subscribe to BookFlow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next summary.